So I've been playing with the Meticulous Home for a week now, and it has been very interesting. I really like the machine because it's a lever machine, but with more like automatic control or computer controlled lever machine. It's very similar to the Flare 58 in terms of how the water comes into the chamber, but it has a thinner profile. So I've been messing around with different flows. I pulled probably close to 50 shots. I pulled it through a couple different types of coffee, like Robusta and Arabica and fresher coffee and old coffee. I have one test coffee that's like 3 or 4 months old. I've been trying to get it up to the my other profiles. This is the piston head popped off. It just screws. You just turn it and screw it back on. And this is from just being a prototype. I also put the temperature too high, so it caused some of the paint to have a problem. So my temperature was at 100. I'd like it to be 100 or higher, but the problem is to get to 100, it has to boil a lot. So I've been sticking around with 95C, which has allowed me to do back-to-back shots without too much time in between. Usually about 4 to 5 minutes it takes to heat the water. So I don't even use a kettle to put in water. I just put it in and let it warm up. So I know that's one of the questions that came up of how quickly you can do shots if you're hanging out with people, and it's very comfortable. Not an issue. I've been messing around with the profiles, trying to get different flows. I have a blooming profile, but the problem is the piston has to go up all the way before any water comes in. So I've requested a feature change where you can let some water in and then push that down, let it reseal, and then let more in. So that's one of the major challenges of it. And the other is the shower screen. I've switched out the shower screen with the Matrix Nano screen, which some sort of helps. This is it here in a unit test. It's sort of holding the water back, but it's better than the IMS. But you still have like a water column sitting on top of the coffee, and it can flow in some strange ways. So I still have some donut issues. I've been trying to work through it with some adaptations to the Matrix shower screen using tinfoil, which is what I've done with my decent espresso machine and my Kim Express, where I constrict it to the center 25%. But the problem with that is that when the piston pulls back up, it ends up ripping the tinfoil. So I've gone through like 3 or 4 prototypes and still haven't found one that quite works. So I still have a lot of donating going on, so that you're leaving some extraction in the middle. Most of my shots have been at a 1.3 to 1 ratio instead of my preferred 1 to 1 ratio. And they've been good. They're similar to the flares in the sense that they don't have too much of sharpness to them, like a higher temperature machine, because you're not pulling out some of those notes from like being able to go above 100 or 105, which is what I prefer on my other lever machine. So I'm still working through some prototypes, and I'm doing a bit better. I've still had to do puck prep with a divot in the center, but I'm at the like 14% TDS at like 18%, 19% extraction yield. So I'm in a good range, and this is just a learning experience, and hopefully I'll have more next week.